What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Man, I'm already laughing because this whole Dr. Umar debacle has me in like some serious tears with his clapback. Let me just say this. I am a big fan of our brother, Dr. Umar Johnson. He is an excellent mind in the Pan-Africanist struggle, in the pro-black struggle, the unity and the unification of all black people. He should be here in Uganda. Hopefully, I'll be able to get him on to the Kingana podcast. I'm a cultural critic of his behavior, of some of the things that he does that I am not very pleased with, but I love our brother. Let's get that straight. I am a Dr. Umar fan. But the reason why I come after Dr. Umar is because he's so talented that when he messes up, it makes the whole thing look sort of bad, right? As a brother who needs to be really on his game because he does have the talent, he does have the ability, but the brother be slipping, he be sailing up, all right? But let me just say this. Dr. Umar gets lied on by some of these females. I'm just going to outright believe that that's the truth. I do know that Dr. Umar does his share of thotting it up, and he needs to, cut down on some of that thotting it up. But this one, I just don't believe that this is true. You have this sister, Anaya, and TASHA K, who Dr. Umar refers to as Thirsty K. They recorded this video last year on May 18th, 2022, only to put the video out this year. Dr. Umar was not aware of the video. Now, the lady said that Umar tried to smash her punani, was trying to talk to her. She was not making sense in the video. If you want to hear more of it, go check my video up on the main page on O'Shea Duke Jackson. But I want you to hear his computerized clapback. This is what he was saying, but the brother at Night and Day Network computerized Dr. Umar's voice. So let's hear what Dr. Umar had to say about these struggle leashes, and then we're going to come back.
The slander video that Thirsty K posted today is not new. The interview is at least a year old and features a delusional 8-month pregnant woman who decided to expose me because she was cut from participation in the first annual FDMG Festival Fashion Show September 11th, 21 for trying to strong-arm my festival committee chair. Thirsty K renamed and then reposted the video today, while I was attending a funeral in NYC for one of our great freedom-fighting elders, disingenuously offering it as a live stream so her followers wouldn't know that it was old material that was already posted more than a year ago. I understand that Thirsty K needs to raise money to pay our sister Cardi B, but where's the integrity in class? Getting back to Ms. Ania 772-985, since she wants to get famous off my name by manufacturing lies, I invite all podcasters to reach out to the Thirsty Jezebel and request an interview on this subject. Here's a few questions to get your interview started. 1. You claim that you and POPA were in a 10-year relationship. Can you name the dates and places where you two saw each other? Dr. Umar claims that he has never been alone with you a day in your life. He stated that he never saw you from the day you attended his lecture in Foot Pierce until you invited him to Haitian Flag Day in Brooklyn. I've never heard of a relationship where the two partners don't see one another for 10 years to be followed by a wedding at a major school festival. Can you explain this? 2. You claim that Dr. Umar wanted to legally marry you at the first FDMG festival in front of the world. However, the wedding was always advertised as a fashion show scene that would include 2 wives. With you being pregnant by, and engaged to, another man at the time, and you having never even been on a date with Dr. Umar before, why do you think he wanted to make you the queen of FDMG? 3. If Dr. Umar is guilty of your accusations, why has he never sought you out the way that you have stalked him? A. You attended the first FDMG Fest even after being excluded from the fashion show. B. You attended the Garvey Day celebration in New York where he was the keynote. C. You attended his debut lecture in Foot Pierce, FL, where you initially met. D. You attended the FDMG Fest. E. You drove an artist to the FDMG campus to preview a potential mural of the Haitian Revolution he was to draw. E. You invited Dr. Umar to speak at Haitian Flag Day. Has Dr. Umar even come to any of your events? Have you two ever been on a date? Have you two ever went for a walk in the park? 4. Is it true that you're really crazy in love with Dr. Umar and are trying to slander his name because he doesn't pay you any attention? Why did you do an interview about POPA with Thirsty K while you were 8 months pregnant with another man's baby? Why was Dr. Umar on your mind when you were about to deliver child and marry your soon-to-be husband? Did you husband agree with the interview? 5. Did you relocate from Fort Pierce to New York City so you could be closer to Dr. Umar in Philadelphia, Wilmington? Didn't you send Dr. Umar a Merry Christmas message this past holiday season? Don't you still send him occasional WhatsApp messages to which he never responds? Why are you still reaching out to him as a happily married woman? 6. Do you really want us to believe that Dr. Umar tried to smell the punani of an overweight, married, pregnant woman? Since he claims you two have never been alone, can you please give the date and location for this occurrence? Please explain exactly what he did when he tried to sniff your grits and what was your reaction?
All right, so, there we have it. Let me just say this. Those questions that he is presenting to them, Dr. Umar is not going to be able, the lady's not going to be able to answer, for sure. She wasn't able to provide any receipts or details because I know that if she was able to do it, Tasha K would have included that in her artillery and to put that out there, and so she didn't, okay? She didn't have anything on Dr. Umar at all. That's the reality, okay? The reality is she don't got nothing on Doc, okay? Now, is Doc, is he capable of doing something like this? Absolutely, okay? I know people in the pro-black world that have talked about, some of the things that Doc has been done in the past, but Doc is technically single. The only issue that Doc is going to have if he goes out here saying that he's celibate, and he's not, but he's over here sniffing booty. That's the problem. But I would like to say this. I believe he's right. Why are you still messaging me? I don't talk to you. You're 8 months pregnant talking about me. You're obsessed with me. That's true. Here's something that you guys got to understand. When you are successful as black men, people are going to do this. I want to give a shout out to Brother Alpha Male Strategies. One day, I was going back and forth with somebody in 2021. Brother Alpha Male Strategies called me. He said, "O'Shea, what is wrong with you, bro?" And Alpha Male Strategies is a very masculine thinker. He's very technical. He said, "Listen, O'Shea, you're not where you are when I met you. So these people are going to say anything about you. This is what they do. You got to be able to take that and not clap back." Now, in the case of Dr. Umar Johnson, I believe this is something he has to address, but because of his history. But the reality is that people are going to come for Dr. Umar. He has a certain amount of enemies. He speaks in a way that is very strong. He deals with a lot of women, and I'm not talking about sexually because of most ladies, let's say in the pro-black sector, in the Pan-African sector, it's dominated by women. You don't have so many brothers. You have some, but you don't have so many. You have more women, so more women are supporting you. They're coming to the lectures. More women are more in the Pan-African communities, especially like Africa Day, which is coming up. Events like that. A lot of ladies in the business and trade expos. So you're gonna come across a lot of single women who want and desire a man like Dr. Umar. And I don't want to make fun of the young lady, but it appears to me that Dr. Umar would have better opportunities than with a young lady like herself. I will say that much. So then they will come out, and because they're messy and start saying stuff because they want clout. And a lot of them are mad because he don't want to deal with them. But because of Dr. Umar's past history, it gives credence to the belief that this is his proclivity, this is his behavior. And so you get these ladies who behave in an unscrupulous manner, and they don't have any morality. They're not honest or anything like that. They'll say anything. They don't have any conscience. They're unsavory in their behavior. So you got to watch this when you're a brother like Umar. And dare I say that he is opulent. And I'm not talking about wealth, but bragging a lot, referring to himself in the third person. People don't like that. Okay, it's a certain level of luxuriousness that he wants to have, or affluence, and it's splendor about himself. It's magnificence about himself, and because he displays himself in that way, it makes people want to attack him. He lacks humility. So, brothers, understand this from Dr. Umar Johnson. Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.